We're going to discuss introduction to programming using PyCharm and Python programming language. As you know, we have notified you to install a specific version of PyCharm and Teaching.Codes plugin. You all have the instructions for installation. So when you open your application after a successful install, you're going to see these areas which should state boun-cmp as the institution code, and as a server address you should be entering https://programming.cmp.boun.edu.tr, which is our server's address for you to log in. And you're going to specify your username, which is probably your email address registered on the Boun University registration system. And you will have a password which should have been sent to you, sent to your email address. If you haven't received it, you should check your spam folder. And still, if you cannot find it, you should contact our course contact email address, which is cmp150.mail@cmail.com. Okay, please use that email address for your inquiries so that we can help you better. Now I'm going to enter my credentials here so I can log into my system. If you want to change your password, you can simply enter your existing password to the password field and enter your new address to this new address, new password, and confirm new password areas so that you can easily change your password to something that you can remember easily, or if you want to be more private after we reset your password, you're advised to change it. So you press login, and then you're going to see this course list on your screen. Most probably you're going to see 2022 fall and maybe a few other semesters, and you're going to see one of these sections which you are officially registered to. I'm going to open section 01, double click this field, and you're going to see that it's loaded, and then you open the lectures tab. In the lectures tab you're going to see the content of the course which we have updated recently, and clicking on each one of these chapters is going to start a new screen that you can track the HTML presentation code, and there are some special features in that code, in that HTML presentation, that you can open the example projects right in this integrated platform, this PyCharm IDE, so you can experiment on those examples. Each one of you have your individual copies of the examples, so feel free to work on them. Don't be afraid to break those codes. You all have the original copy. You can always copy from the content and paste onto the example. One more thing about this platform is that when you start working on your examples or projects in one computer, let's say in the lab here in this building, when you go home and open your Teaching.Codes session, you can continue where you left off. Okay, if you have properly logged out from your system, it's going to be uploaded to the server so you can access it from other computers, and that's one of the benefits of this system. When you open these chapters, you're going to see some scroll bars at the bottom of each page. Okay, you can also enlarge these like this, and you can navigate around all these slides. For instance, first couple of slides are for your information. You should be reading these. They are discussing what computing is, about a brief history of computing, where it came from, how it evolved. These are just very brief introductions. You can think of them as some warm-up information. And as you read them, do not skip them as I do. As you read them, you're going to reach a point where the current section ends and a new section begins. And then also you can track the source code. You can jump between other sections and chapters using the TOC button. Again, on this bottom part of the presentation. When you move on to the next section, you're going to be encountering more information on programming languages, how they evolved, what types of programming languages are there. Again, they are very brief introductory content, and we discuss some strengths and limitations of Python programming languages, where it is used. You can also find other resources where you can improve your learning process. We also post additional content links to the Moodle page of our course. You can also follow those steps, and you're always welcome to come up with additional materials so we can discuss with your friends, or we can share it with them. You can share it with them also if you find them useful. Helping each other is always a benefit for all parties in this course. So before moving on, I'm going to discuss what a Python interpreter is. Some languages are compiled languages that we write the source code and compile that source code into binary executable formats, just as in your Windows computers or Macintosh computers, you might find some executable code, which is somewhat called a binary code or a machine code. But Python is not one of them. Python uses an interpreter where you write your source code as a text file, as a derivative of a text file, let's say, and then you tell the Python interpreter to execute that text file directly without pre-compiling that source code. So you can make changes to your source code and re-execute it. But this brings some performance degradation. It slows down the computation, but there are other benefits which are discussed in many parts of the programming environment comparison charts or comparison web pages discussions.